Hey, what's good? Today we have an Aceii type beat tutorial. In case you don't know Aceii, he's a artist and he's also a producer. I learned this a few days ago. He's a musician from the group Theory, which is this like artist collective that have been pushing this like ambient, lyrical, some people even call it mystic kind of music, you know, where they make tracks that have like an actual deep meaning. I don't know. I really like their music. So yeah, in case you haven't heard of Chord Theory, you should definitely check them out. But yeah, that's it for the introduction. I don't know, it's really weird recording because I haven't recorded it in a long time. I usually record very often. There's just like a bunch of videos that I don't post because I don't like how I look in them or like how they come out. So it's like I take a while to upload or record, but it's just that I haven't recorded in such a long time, like 2 weeks maybe, and it just feels awkward. I don't know why. But I want to post this video because school is kind of killing me, so I don't have much time to record and stuff. So I'm gonna record this now and put it out. So first things first, I want to say it real quick. I'm gonna be using my toolkit for this video. Let me unwiden myself. I'm gonna be using my toolkit, this drum kit, link down in the description. It's a 3 GB drum kit. It has absolutely everything you need to get producing, and if you're already producing, it may get you some new sounds, some new inspiration, some new presets. So yeah, it's over 100 808s, 100 claps. It has like my pad collection, which is all the pads I used to use long before. Thing is, I'm actually moving towards a more like piano and sampling oriented production rather than like a more synth oriented production, if that makes sense at all. Maybe it doesn't. But yeah, let's jump into the video. I'm actually gonna explain a little bit about mixing in this video. I think like mixing vocals a little bit. So let me play from the beginning the beat and you'll see why. So that's pretty much it for the beat, then it just repeats itself. So I'm gonna go first with the melody and then the drums because I think it's quite interesting what I did in this melody. So first things first, the main melody is literally a pad from Omnisphere. This is how it sounds without effects. And it's just chords, you know, it's these 2 chords. I wanted to go for this like very like nostalgic sound. You know, I think that this chord progression, I actually do not know much about music theory. I know what a scale is, I know what harmonies are, but I don't know how to build chords and stuff like that. So yeah, I think that if I knew how to, then it would be easier to me to like make melodies or like faster, I don't know. But I just go by ear to make my melodies. And I was just like clicking notes and like, you know, I would like put like a D sharp here and then it would be like, yeah, let me just go down here, and it sounded decent. Like I build my melodies purely by ear. It's a matter of like training and like memory at some point. It's like you do it so much, then it just becomes natural to you. But yeah, this is the melody. I would explain the chord progression if I knew how I made this. I just like laid down notes and then pressed stuff that sounded good with it. So the effects are Valhalla Supermassive. This is the preset. You can stop and copy it. The mode is Andromeda, and then these are the presets. And then I have some EQ to take the low end out, because when you add reverb, especially with Valhalla Supermassive is like this huge, like it's a mix of a convolver and reverb. Actually, somebody asked me on my last video what 3D convolver is or how it works. I remember I saw the comment and I didn't have time to reply. I'm very sorry. If you're watching this, then this is your reply. It's like a mix of delay, but the delay is like reverbed, you know? I think that's the best way to explain it. Maybe I'm wrong. It's like a mix of reverb and delay somehow. But yeah, every time after you add a reverb, remember to take the low end out, because if not, it will sound muddy as fuck. And you don't want your reverb to sound muddy. So, once you add the Valhalla Supermassive and you take the low end out, it sounds like this. It sounds like a very long pad. Like a sustained pad. So yeah, I wanted to go for that sound, like kind of like ethereal pad, if that's the right word. And I think I kind of got the sound I wanted. Then I have this, which looks pretty messy. I'm gonna play it without effects. It sounds a bit like this. Wait, what did I do? Oh. So if you listen to this melody by itself, you'll think like this is trash, and it is. But the funny thing is that basically I wanted to have like a very like not random, but a bit like I wanted to have like a random counter melody or pad. So I basically laid down notes that were like purely random at random times, like this. And I wanted my melody to have one random, like the notes. I wanted the notes to have random length and random, like, to be placed in a random place, so it would give it that randomness feeling, you know what I mean? So then what I did is like not chopped, but add a bunch of effects to my melody. The first one was Free Comb Over. As always, this is the white noise preset. I just took the dry all the way down and that's it. And then I added some Portal. I went into the, I think this is on sound design, or no, it's in rhythm, and it's the 8th triplet shape and pen, and then it just sounds like this. Like this. Basically like pens and shapes all my melody around. And then it suddenly sounds cool, so I was like, yeah, this works. And it sounds kind of random, like the note selection sounds random, and that's the sound I wanted to get, you know? And then the most controversial part, at least for me, is the vocals. I'm gonna play them with autotune. I don't feel confident enough to play them without autotune. So they sound a bit like this. This will be so embarrassing, but yeah, this is how they sound. I do not know how to sing, okay? And I don't have anybody to record me vocal chops. So I have to make them myself. So please don't be rough on me on the comments, please. Thank you. So I was like, just let me record my own vocal samples because nobody will do it for me. So I grabbed autotune, retune speed all the way up. That's for sure. And then, yeah, basically, okay, I'm going to play it without autotune for the team. Oh, I moved it. That's awful. So then I just added EQ, took all the low end out. CLA Vocals. Okay, in case you don't know it, CLA Vocals is a plugin from Waves. And this is literally all you need to get your vocals mixed. You just put CLA Vocals, and I specifically use the preset Start Me Up Dry. And that's it. What did I do? It just sounds so good when I add it, so I just leave it like that. And then I added Valhalla Supermassive again. In this case, if I'm not wrong, I used the preset Sound Effects, Magnetars, and Boards of FX. Yes, I used that preset. So this is how it sounds with it. But that was like too intense of a pad. Also, don't worry about the auto-tune sounding too intense, because once you have reverb on it, like, you won't notice it. So then I added gross beat on the gate preset, and I turned the attack up and the release up. So it sounds like this. Same for this take. You may be wondering, why did you like do 2 channels with the exact same plugins for the vocals? Basically, if I were to put this on the same channel with the same autotune, like autotune cannot work on 2 vocal shots at the same time. So I mean, it kind of can try, but most of the time, if you put 2 vocal takes on the same autotune, like neither of them will be corrected. They will sound bad because autotune cannot really like tune the vocals when that happens. So yeah, my recommendation is to at least use 2 separate autotunes, then bust it to a channel with the effects. I was too lazy to do that, so I just copied and pasted the mixer channel and changed the channel here. So with all the effects, this is how my melody sounds like. It's really simple. It's nothing crazy. And then we have the drums. So basically, this is a sub from my kit. It's the sub 73. Nothing crazy. And this is the pattern. It follows the root note of my melody. If you're wondering why they have like this ghost note here, basically if you come in here and you cut it up with just something that you always need to do on your 808s, always cut them themselves, because if not, the 808 notes will clash with like one another and it will sound very bad. So always keep this on. If you come in here and you take the velocity all the way down, basically FL Studio will like say, oh, here's a note. So basically, when you reach here, this note will start playing and this one will start playing. But the thing is that like the volume on this note is all the way down. So it plays a note that's silent. Basically, it like cuts this note right here. You know, this note plays until here. And from here to here, plays a note that's silent. You could do that on another way as well, which is coming in here, envelope, attack, hold, and you do this, and then you can just do this, and it will be like exactly the same. But I was just too lazy to do that, so I just went the faster route, which is yeah, doing that with the velocity. Also, I don't think I mentioned the Omnisphere preset. It's the pad Shrifty from Drumbot Ego Folds. In case I don't know if I mentioned that or not. In case I didn't, that's the preset. Then I went and did the hi-hats, which may look a little bit weird. I'll explain it. So basically, this is the original pattern. But I thought that's like very boring and repetitive. So what can I do? What I can do is, where's my hi-hat pattern? It's this one. What can I do is adding random notes like this. So basically, when I want to add some randomness to my hi-hats, I just come in here and draw literal hi-hat patterns like this. I will just write stuff like high. Let's do high. Like this. And basically, I'll show you in a minute what I do is I'll come in here and press Alt O, and this will come up with the like LFO, and then you can just do stuff like this and play with the velocity of the notes, and it will be like purely random. You just need to do that like using your brain so it sounds cool, you know? Like you can play with the notes and do cool stuff. You just kind of have to figure it out. In this case, I wrote in XD and then a sad face. Yeah, that's why I'm kind of embarrassed of showing my project file sometimes, because I be doing dumb stuff like this. But if you're creative enough, you can like do stuff like this. Let me show you real quick. I can't believe I'm making a tutorial on how to draw on your piano roll. So you come in here, LFO, and then you can do something like this. You just need to know how to play with it, but that's it for the hi-hats. I used my regular hi-hat preset. This is on my toolkit number 1. It's here, mixer, and this is the hi-hat preset. The only thing I added was this patcher, which I am not able to disclose. Basically, it's effect tricks, a bunch of it, but I may explain this on another video. The rest of the hi-hat preset is this preset. The clap is nothing out of the ordinary. It sounds like this. We have snares. This open hat, which plays at the beginning of every bar, and we have a perk that plays at the end of every bar. And then we have this. This is a hat loop I made myself. So there's 2 ways to actually like sample your drums. The first one is to put your hat loop in here, and then you just come into time and you time it and then you pitch it back. But if you're like stretching it too much, it will sound bad, you know? Let me show you. So you want to avoid that. So what you can do is you come in here and then you press edit and no, this is open a new SliceX channel, and you have this, and now you have like a SliceX that sounds like this, and it's on time. And not only that, but you can also take away parts of the loop, like the clap. I would show you how I made this hi-hat loop, but I don't have the FOP, I lost it. But that's it for the beat. It's not hard at all. It looks complex, and it maybe sounds complex because there's like a lot going on, but once you like break it down, I always say this, once you break down your beat to many parts, you know, especially with ambient, which is a genre that's hard to produce when you're getting into it, you know, it's hard to produce because it sounds very complex and it sounds like it's just a bunch of sounds together. So to somebody that has no background in producing ambient or is very new to it, it's maybe it's hard to disclose every part of the melody or like separate it into layers. But once you train your brain to think of the melody as layers, it's really easy to produce because it's like you separate the elements and everything like comes clearer. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any suggestions or anything at all that you would want to see, leave it in the comments. Again, I'm gonna try to be uploading next week. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll see you in the next one. Have a nice week. Bye bye.